ahead and bring it local here for a second, Bob, to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've had, their struggles. They just can't seem to get over that hump. And one of the things that really they struggle with, and they just can't seem to get together, is their pitching. Their rotation having that solid starter or starters, and just to be able to go ahead and win those games, especially those pivotal games, and especially when it comes to the National League West. So what do you see that the Diamondbacks, if anything, have from last season to now that you've seen change and where they have grown, and where's something that they can also grow from there?
Well, they're in a tough position. I mean, because you're in the same division as the Dodgers and now the Padres. And the Giants are going to spend a lot of money next off season. So they have to have a lot of things go right. One thing they did, they traded Zach Greinke for salary relief. Greinke's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame. But they turned around and used that same money, the same Madison Bumgarner. Greinke's a much better pitcher than Bumgarner at this stage of his career. Bumgarner struggled last year big time and just had a so-so spring. So for them to even be competitive, they need Madison Bumgarner to have a big season. And I think for them, I know they said they want to shock the world, but I think they'd shock the world if they finish with, say, 85 victories. I just don't see them contending.
Do you think, right now we know that Madison Bumgarner is going to be the starter for the Diamondbacks opening day. And is there a pressure there for Madison Bumgarner with everything that the team has, been through? Him as a pitcher, he hasn't been, the top pitcher that we're used to seeing. He's been struggling through injuries, and we know he's has some back issues as well. And is that a contributing factor there, that maybe were there some suffering?
Well, I'm not sure he picked up a ball last year when baseball had to shut down on March 12th. A lot of players thought there would be no season, and I think he was one of them. He didn't come out and say this, but I've heard through the grapevine that he thought there'd be no season, so he didn't pick up a baseball and got kind of caught red-handed, like, oh my God, now the season started, and he wasn't ready. So we'll see what happens now. A lot of self-inflicted pressure. He's got a lot of pride, World Series hero in San Francisco, almost like their modern day Tim Lincecum. And then to come here and be such a flop, there's a lot of pressure that he's putting himself.
Yeah. So, Bob, with Zach Gallen suffering the injured, the fractured forearm, who do you think is going to step up in this rotation? Who has to step up, considering Zach Gallen was going to be the starter and things kind of flip-flop with his injury? Who is going to step up outside of Madison Bumgarner for this rotation for the Diamondbacks and be that guy that can hopefully be solid every fifth day?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I mean, Gallen was very good. I mean, he was really the ace of their staff. They need Luke Weaver to step up. He was the one of the big pieces in that Paul Goldschmidt trade, and along with the catcher Carson Kelly. And obviously, it has not worked out. So they need Weaver to pitch the way he did in St. Louis when he was coming on. But yeah, they've just got to throw a bunch of young guys out there and hope for the best. But none of those guys are like Zach Gallen, who's just a very smart pitcher and a really, really solid guy in the 6-7 innings almost every start he makes.